Yo, what is going on, you pizza hating Pachirisu? Just want to say before we get into today's video to go check out my live stream over on twitch.tv/AzulGG. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, unless I have like a tournament or something. I got travel on Friday or Monday. Anyway, today we're playing some games with a deck that looks like a ton of fun, which is this McCargo list that made day 2 over in Australia. I don't know how to pronounce the player's name who used it to make day 2, so I'm not going to attempt it. However, shout out to them because we're using their exact 60. I've never tried to mess around with a Magcargo-GX deck before, but it looked like a ton of fun. I have nothing to say on the list having never played with a Magcargo-GX deck, so this is it. Our main attacker is Magcargo-GX. We try and blow up the big tag team Pokemon with the lava flow, and that's it. That's all I got. Let's go ahead. Let's play some games. Alright, getting into our first one here. No idea what our opponent's playing against. You can't really tell from the types anymore, I feel like, at the opening. Maybe you can, and I'm just not up to date with what the new types are in every deck. I don't know. Either way, going second. I think we open up the Oranguru. We don't want to use the Dedenne for sure, and we have a Slugma in hand, and we don't want to lose Slugma. Yeah, so we open up Oranguru for sure. Almost for sure here. I won't bench Slugma though, because our opponent could use a Fion and then force our Slugma into the active, which we don't want. So also not gonna bench Slugma. Okay, it is a Zacian deck. Should be a pretty good matchup for us, I think. We just want to try and one-shot ADP after they attack with it, and then kind of go from there, I guess. Sword, no attachment. That's pretty bad for our opponent. Draw Calm. I'm gonna start with Great Ball here. Get a smooth over Magcargo. Gonna calm away the Dedenne, I think. Yeah, get rid of Dedenne. Grab ourselves a... Whoa. Oh, okay. I thought we prized 3 Slugmas, but no, not all our slugs. We should be good there. Slugma's right here. I think we should grab Slugma. Yeah. Go Slug. Wisdom. The switch on top of the deck. There's a Welder, but there's no fire energy to go with it. And I'll pass over to my opponent. We can... Oh, man. So how does it work, really? We can smooth over a Hearth. Okay, so we have like smooth over... I don't know. There's a lot. Oh, no. It is the mill deck from our opponent. Not what I want to be playing up against. Still very beatable because we have our own GX attack in the Burning Magma. And there's actually a 1/1 Ninetales in this build. They're playing the Magcargo mill deck, though. Super annoying to have to deal with. But we're going to just have to deal with it. All right, that's fine. We'll get there, no problem. Not too worried about it. Definitely want to get this early knockout, I think. Oh no, my switch! Oh, that sucks. We lost our switch. We only play 2 switch, so it's actually gonna be super annoying to move this Oranguru out of the active now. Oh, okay. Well, never mind, I guess. All right. So we're smooth over a Hearth on top. I think we prized 2 Fire Crystal. Yeah, that kind of stinks. All right, let's get those out of the deck, and then we can Wisdom this thing on top. Get the Hearth. I guess we get it for next turn though, because we can't use it this turn. So I guess it's just a pass. Yeah, it's just a pass. I kind of didn't realize how that was going to interact, but that is how that interacts. We're going to top deck a Crystal, and then we'll throw it back on top with the Wisdom. Hearth this time. Get rid of something. Well, we could actually we could grab something specific with smooth over. I guess we do save the Crystal in this sense though. Okay, so we do want to get that Ninetales set up. We want to get that set up. This should be a good matchup, I feel like this should be a good matchup once we get Ninetales online. We can just keep Ninetales stuff up that we want to take knockouts on. They did put this guy down, but we don't play Victini Prism Star, so that's not really a concern. We just want to knock out Zacians over and over again, and then maybe go after a Magcargo or 2 at some point. So this thing, crushing, charge, that. Okay. I'm getting how the deck can kind of function together. I'm understanding that now. I'm getting there. Just gonna Bryson Man again. Can they Bryson Man like every single turn? I feel like they kind of can. I don't really want to even... Well, I can KO this actually for no energy discards with Lava Flow. I can just get 3 energy, discard 0 energy, 250, get through the Pokédolls, eventually bring this thing up, knock it out. Okay, got a game plan. We're looking just fine. They don't play Gust Effects. Their deck is just Bellable Bryson Man every single turn. Here we go again. An Ordinary Rod and Fire Crystal. Okay, slow down there. That's a little much. I don't want to deal with that. We do have our GX attack, as always, though. We can just kind of GX attack at the end of the game. A Marnie. Don't really care about Marnie. Rid of Marnie. Get 2 fires. Welder them to the McCargo. Okay, another fire. And then smooth over. Get ourselves the Vulpix. And we're gonna Wisdom into it. Oh, and then I could even, and I put the fire on top and trade for it, and then I can use that crushing charge, and I get it onto my dude. That's pretty cool. And we switch. That's actually pretty cool. This deck is super cool. Here we go, Lava Flow. Nope, no discards, just 50 damage, knock out the Lily's Pokédoll, and just gonna keep cruising. Yeah, we're ahead on the discard right now. Well, by 5. So actually our opponent can mill us with Magcargo-GX first if they want to. They play the Mareep as well. Oh man, and we're at a switch, so we can't get out of this sleep that they've put us in. But if they draw a Zacian, I guess we always... we don't have a way to get out of sleep though. Once they sleep us, we stay asleep unless we get lucky on the flip. So that kind of stinks because we're at a switch. So this actually seems like it's going to be pretty rough. We'll see. There's another smooth over coming in. Yeah, this seems like it's going to be pretty rough actually. I'm going to try my best, but I don't have any high expectations here for this one. We're in quite the spot here. We'll see. Yeah, the Mareep's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying dude. We could maybe trap something in the active actually until we wake up. Like we could definitely trap the McCargo, I think, because they only play probably like 2 or 3 air balloon, and they don't play anything like Mal. There's already 2 in the discard pile as well, so I think we'll be good to like kind of trap something in the active. And the Mareep eventually will eventually just wake up, and the Mareep won't. We can just KO the Mareep now as well, I think, which is definitely what we want to do. Okay, we can go with smooth over. Grab ourselves the Ninetales, which I think we want before they potentially discard it. So I think I want to get the Ninetales into hand. Yeah. Before it potentially gets discarded. But now I can give them Surge, which would really stink as well. But I think limiting their access, we could gust something up. I think I'm just going to knock out. We can go with that Crushing Charge as well here. This is actually a pretty cool combo that's going on. I like this. This is actually pretty hype. And then we can go with the... Lava Flow, just discard 1. They do get to use Surge, but every time they mill 3 cards off their deck, or our deck, they also mill 3 cards off their deck, so I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Overall, I feel like we can survive with like the situation of Surge double Bellaba, and then we eventually, well, there's another sheep. Alright. We'll see how this goes. But I can, like I said, I can bring up this McCargo and I think trap it. I don't know what they do if I bring up the McCargo. He's gonna get trapped. Here's the Mareep again, though. Gotta deal with this guy once again. Smooth over, coming in hot. Probably gonna be for their stadium, which is super annoying to deal with still, once again. Trying to look at their resources. The McCargo is there, so if they have the Mewtwo, they have the combo. There is 1 Oranguru in the discard pile. I mean, theoretically, if they prize like their 2 Ordinary Rod and Oranguru, they can't do anything anymore. There is the stadium, Slumbering Forest, everyone's favorite stadium to deal with. There's a Palpat, so that's going to make their deck bigger again with a Caitlyn and Cynthia and a Bryson Man. Okay. What else do they got going on here? Yeah, if we had one switch, if we had been able to keep one of those switches around, I think I could have theoretically kept one around as well, actually. I think we would have been in a pretty good spot, actually, if I'd been able to keep one of those switches around. There's a Pokédoll. Hey, retreat to Pokédoll. Oh, not retreat to Pokédoll. That seems like a mistake, but I guess we're not going to wake up anyway, so... Maybe not. Draw. Smooth over. I'm gonna grab, I don't know what's important at this point. Maybe we should put a Hearth in play. That way we get rid of this unfortunate double flip for the sleep situation going on here. Seems fine. Yeah, sure. Gonna go ahead and throw the fire energy back on top. Get this, put that in play, discard the communication, grab myself 2 fire. Gotta be careful here. Actually, I'm gonna grab myself nothing, and then I'm gonna pass my opponent because I don't actually want to get in range for them to go Bryson Man, McCargo. Maybe I just should have never given them access to Surge. I feel like I should have never given them access to Surge. Yeah, I feel like I should have just never given them access to Surge. But we did, and that's kind of left us in a spot where they can mill us extra 3 cards. But that's the same thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't think giving them the Surge matters, actually. I changed my mind. Here comes another Slumbering Forest. Almost certainly another Slumbering Forest is coming out here. It's going to be great. It's going to be a ton of fun for everyone. There's a tag call to go with their turn as well. Hey, here comes the Bryson Man. Yeah, like I said, if I had to switch, I think we'd be fine, because we could always just switch out of this and then Burning Magma at some point. But I guess they can play around that, so I don't know. They're currently not playing around it, but at some point they probably could play around it for sure, almost certainly. There's the discard, get themselves probably back another Bryson Man. I can't imagine they would want anything else. I mean, they could get the research back, but oh no, you can't get back what you discarded, so never mind. You can't get the research back, so they have to take. Oh, they'll probably take the Surge. Surge makes more sense. Here we go. Surge, draw 3, and Bryson Man, discard 3. And then Intrepid Sword, draw 3. I can't imagine their turn goes any other way. Yep, there we go. Bryson Man, discard 3. I did Dedenne left. That was a fine discard. I don't think I minded any of those things leaving the game, so that's fine. We do need to bring this guy up, though. We need to bring him into the active as soon as possible, actually. We're getting to the point where we're going to want to try and get out of this sleep and then not go back to sleep. So, yeah, we need to wake up. Oh, okay. So let's go with Smooth Over. Let's see what's in here. Just throw a fire on top, I guess. And then we can bring up the McCargo. I don't want to go back to sleep, so that's what we're trying to avoid here. Do this for 1. Then we're going to Night Temptations and bring up the McCargo. They have a lot, like I said, they have a lot of air balloons in the discard pile. This might stick. Pass to our opponent. 2 air balloons. I can't imagine they actually play 4 air balloon. I could be wrong. Certainly. So I feel like this thing is maybe just stuck here, which is our game plan. If it is stuck here, they're going to draw another 2 more cards, and then we're going to Burning Magma GX and deck them out. And that's the game plan. I can't imagine they actually play 4 air balloon. They could play like a Mallow and Lana, I guess, because they do play tag call, so like that would make some sense. And then they could get into an Oranguru this turn, and then resource management. But we're just gonna hope they don't do that. Okay, they actually play switch. Never mind. We're wrong. I'm wrong. And we're asleep again. This kind of stinks. Maybe they'll Intrepid Sword, forget about our GX attack, and we'll wake up. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. That's our game plan now, though, is to hope our opponent forgets about our GX attack, and then we can. Because our setup was just so slow that I think this is the only kind of game plan we have here. Is this is our game plan now at this point, is to hope our opponent forgets about our GX attack, which it looks like they're going to. They're going down to 4 cards in their deck right now, which is less than 5, which means if we do get the Burning Magma next turn, we do just win the game. There's a Bryson Man. Now they're down to 1 card in deck, so we're gonna have quite a few turns to wake up here. Like I said, if we just had 1 switch left, we would just win the game. We do not. No switches are left for us, so that kind of stinks. There's a Palpad. Maybe they'll forget. Maybe they'll Intrepid Sword for 3, and then I'll just pass and they'll lose the game. That could also be pretty funny. We'll see if that works. Or we'll just get double heads. Oh, there's Ordinary Rod. Never mind. They're going back up to more than 5 cards the whole time. Right? Yeah. Ordinary Rod's coming in. Okay, so it's not working this turn. Not quite how I wanted to. They are out of switch. Oh, they got our second Fire Crystal. That stinks. So we can actually, I was going to say, they are out of switch, so we could bring this thing back up. Because they did use their switch. But they did go ahead and rip our second Fire Crystal on that mill. So that's not going to work. That's super unfortunate. They did just Intrepid Sword. 2 heads 1 time. Nope. All right. So they obviously don't understand what my GX attack does. Just go ahead and pass. We can bring this thing up maybe this turn, actually. We'll see what they do this turn. If they don't Oranguru back the switch, we could use 2 more fires. We can get 1 more fire out of the deck next turn for sure with the Smooth Over plus Primate Wisdom. I don't want to put the fire on top right now, though, because then they might mill it. If we had woken up there, we actually just win the game. So our opponent was literally living on, I hope they get double tails, and I hope they get 1 tails, or I hope they don't get double heads. We didn't get double heads, so they made it work out there somehow. We'll get them next time. Here's the Mareep, all powered up, ready to go, and Smooth Over. I wonder how far they're gonna go. Yeah, we can, like, I think if we, maybe they play 2 switch, but they already play like a switch and 3 air balloon, so I feel like they probably don't play 2 switch. That seems like a lot. They maybe do, though. I mean, I'm just gonna bring this thing back up and be like, all right, you have to move it again now. And if they don't, we're going to win the game. If we got 2 heads there, we would also win the game. So we're going to go with... Ooh, we do have that guy. How many Slumbering Forest do they have? How many Slumbering Forest do we think they play? 2? I mean, 3 seems pretty reasonable. Let's just go ahead and bump it this turn, I guess. And then pass. Take, we're away. Yeah, so I guess if they prize it, like they probably don't play 4 Slumbering Forest. That kind of seems overkill in a deck where you can resource management. So they probably don't play 4, but they might play 3, and one of them definitely could be prized. So we're just gonna go with that. We're gonna go with saying, well, one of them is maybe prized. They do have the Oranguru now, but they can only get up to 5 cards. So if they don't have another Slumbering Forest, or if they don't actually get back the switch or an air balloon, we can bring this thing up next turn. Maybe we should have brought it up last turn because that would have guaranteed that this turn. Yeah, we should have maybe brought this up last turn before they had the chance to get into the Oranguru, because it seems like they have caught on to that situation now. And now, if they resource back some cards, we're going to be in trouble once again. Here we go, resource management. If we wake up, we win the game. They only have 5 cards in deck, which means Burning Magma will win us the game. Let's see what they got here. Here goes resource management. Do they do it? Will they get there? Is this it? Maybe. Resource? I don't really think it, well, we'll see what they get. If they don't get a switch or an air balloon, we can try and trap their dude again. They got Palpad Search, so we could bring this up again if we... Whoop, we woke up. All right, there we go. Burning Magma, like I said, that's our game plan the whole time. And it discard the top 5 cards. And we get a dub here over our opponent's control deck because they completely forgot what our dude's GX attack does. All right, we're getting into another one here. I'll take heads. And we are going first. I think we want to go first with this deck because we have a lot of McCargos we want to evolve. So, or Slugmas. We want to evolve a lot. There's no McCargos to evolve. There's Slugmas to evolve, and I think we want to evolve those as soon as possible. So let's do that. By hand, come back hand. Okay. Wow, that's a good thing. A lot of good things to evolve. Unfortunately, we're gonna open up this guy, and we have no draw supporter. No Dedenne. Yeah, this hand kind of stinks. We'll see though. We're not out of it yet. We'll see what our top pick is. It is a switch. We're gonna go Slugma, Ditto, and I don't want to attach to the Slugma, and I will pass to our opponent who has an Oranguru in their active. So you know it's gonna be a ton of fun in this game because they're playing control. Here we go. Our opponent's control deck. Oranguru pass. Slugma Singe. May as well. I don't see a reason not to burn him. Maybe we're just gonna get 2 dubs back to back here against some control decks. That's fine with me. Beating up on the control decks with the McCargo sounds okay. I have no problem with beating up on control decks. So yeah, Singe this guy. I'm gonna Singe him again. Here's an Evolution Incense. Here comes, yep, Cincino. We'll see what kind of deck our opponent's playing. It's probably some kind of mill deck. Well, I mean, it's definitely... I mean, it could be a control Cincino, I guess. I played around with that the other day myself. But it's most likely just mill. The mill seems to be the thing that's going around these days. So our game plan is the same as our last game, where we just wait, and then we GX attack. And we'll see if our opponent is actually paying attention at all and just lets us GX attack or not. There's a Bryson Man, mill 3. They got rid of 2 fires, so we can combo that with Crystal. They got rid of one of our Orangurus, which is kind of annoying. I'd like to have seen him in the hand. And there's a resource management. Yeah, we do have to be somewhat aggressive here to kind of get them off the Orangurus, so they can't just sit here in resource management over and over and over again and get ahead on the cards in deck versus cards in deck versus us. So we do have to be slightly aggressive here and start knocking stuff out. But that'll be fine. There's a Marnie. Gonna throw this down. Gonna go for a catcher. Gonna hit a heads. Never mind. Gonna attach active and then play Marnie. Draw some 5 cards. Okay, we got the smooth over dude. That's good. We can smooth ourselves over something. We have to be careful though because it could just get milled. So I didn't really think about that. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Hopefully they don't have it. Maybe we're just gonna go for this guy. Yeah, I should go for this guy. We have an Ordinary Rod, so we can kind of just get it back. And then once again, Singe. 20 burn damage. Maybe it sticks around. Ooh, it does. 20 more burn damage coming into our turn as well. If we get this guy off the top, we can knock this out and start taking knockouts pretty aggressively here. And then that's our game plan. And then eventually catch our opponent with the GX attack. We also want to get Ninetales in play as well. So we can just be... We want to be aggressive about bringing our opponent's stuff up off their bench. Make them worry about that. There is the Bryson Man. So they are going to mill our top deck. And then we're just going to do it again. They'll be like, all right, you got this one. Smooth over again. we ever get an Oranguru, we can just draw the top deck we're trying to get here. So we want to do that. We just want to get that top deck. If we get a quick ball, communication doesn't work with our current hand. We get a great ball into an Oranguru. We just need an Oranguru on our bench, really. There we go. Goodbye, McCargo. It's fine, though. There's a quick ball. Yeah, like we have the Ordinary Rod. We have plenty of McCargos left in deck, so it's not really that big of a deal. And this guy is currently looking to be knocked out by Singe, which is that's pretty good. So we're still getting the knockout. We're still getting knockouts here. We want to be aggressive. We can't let them just sit here in Oranguru over and over and over again, because then they will actually mill us out before our GX attack can mill them out. So we got to be aggressive, make it hard for them to pull that off. There's a Welder, so that's pretty good. We can actually smooth over a McCargo, and then Welder to our dude. Okay, 2 in there, and then evolve to the McCargo, and then hit them with that lava flow. Done. I'm not getting an Oranguru quite yet. I want another quick ball option, because I don't think I want another McCargo, but I could probably just discard this McCargo actually, but may as well just get another option. Yeah, this guy's probably leaving the hand next turn. Probably discard this guy. Get ourselves an Oranguru. Yeah, get ourselves an Oranguru, and then we're gonna go like smooth over the Ninetales, put him on top, and we're gonna start bringing up stuff off our opponent's bench. Also, we could top deck Oranguru. Well, actually, that doesn't really change it. Oh, no, that doesn't really change anything. Top deck Ninetales or Hearth. That would be pretty good. Yeah, and I think there's no reason to not start punching Cinccino's down. We're just going to start hitting him in the face really hard, take away our opponent's draw power over and over and over again. There's another Bryson, man. Could you calm down, please, sir? 2 fires. Okay, so we can get 3 fire. Lost another Oranguru. That's not ideal. Don't want that to happen. Gonna bring him back. They might just immediately go into resource. They could. They don't have to. They might, though. Yeah, we're just gonna bring up Cinccino next turn, because we can go get Ninetales. Yeah, smooth over, get Ninetales, Crystal, bring him up, 1 fire, discard, knockout. All right, cool. Seems good to me. Bryson men going back in the deck. They're milling hard here. We don't care. We're just gonna KO Cinccino's. All right, quick ball, McCargo. Of course. Well, maybe I should have Ordinary Rodded first, I guess. I didn't really think that there would be, but of course there is. Well, another Slugma for later on. It can't hurt too bad. All right, Ordinary Rod. Oh, do both. Two fires. Ball away this. Got the Oranguru. I do want to take this knockout, so we want to go smooth over Ninetales. Make the trade. All right, it's fine. We're doing all right here still. Crystal for 2. I could have crystaled for 3. Then I would have only Ordinary Rodded 1. I don't know. This is still fine. Evolve. Temptations. Bring up the Cinccino. And then Lava Flow. Discard 1. 100 damage. Knock out the Cinccino. And all right, we're in a good spot. Goodbye, Cinccino. Another prize card for us. Pokemon Catcher, that's a pretty good one to get. Yeah, definitely a card that's pretty cool to utilize for us. And we can always just get a Crystal next turn as well. We'll get a Fire Crystal and do the same thing. Crushing Hammers actually are pretty annoying to deal with. I didn't really think about Crushing Hammers in this matchup. But yeah, those things are things we don't want to deal with. But yeah, it's looking good. Back-to-back mill dubs. We're putting back-to-back mill dubs on the way. We're putting pressure on our opponent. It's going to force draw out of our opponent, make their deck smaller, which means it's more likely for us to actually get to that point first where we can use our GX attack and actually mill them out. Because they can't just sit here and like Bryson Man and resource as much as they want. I mean, they can do quite a bit of that, but not all of that. And they get the fire energy back as well. Sure, no problem. Just going to bring up the Cinccino, knock it out, unless there's an Ordinary Rod and 2 Oranguru down now. We're just going to go after the Cinccino. Watch this. Catch our heads. And yeah, bring up the Cinccino. And then I'm going to smooth over. Grab that Fire Crystal. I think those are the most important cards in the deck. Fire Crystal's pretty good. Fire Crystal's good. What's it called? Is also pretty good. What else is pretty good? Hearths are also pretty good. Goodbye, Cinccino. Don't come back. Get another prize card. Yeah, Hearths are also pretty good because Hearths finds our energy out of our deck, which we also want to utilize before our opponent potentially discards it. So there's a lot of good things to use. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think we just win. I don't know what our opponent could possibly ever do. That's not going to be it. That's for sure. So we're going to smooth over. I think I just want to take all the fire crystals out of the deck. There's not that many fire in the deck. Yeah, they just want to get all the Fire Crystals out of the deck before our opponent potentially mills any of them, because they are just a super value card for us. So we'll attach. And yep, there's the contention from our opponent. Not surprised. And we get back-to-back dubs over our opponent's mill decks here with the McCargo deck. Man, this McCargo deck is just a ton of fun. There's a ton of synergies going on. I'm definitely not playing it at its most optimal sequencing. Definitely check it out for yourselves. And that's going to do it for this video on the McCargo deck as we take out another mill deck. So if you want to beat mill decks, this guy seems pretty good at it. Just don't burn both your switch like I did in game 1 and hold on to one of those and make it awkward for your opponent. But yeah, that's going to do it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.